What's going on, everyone? This is Kevin here, coming at you with Motorola Moto G Power 5G 2023 tips and tricks and hidden features. So stay tuned if you want to learn how to get the most out of your device. Now the first thing I want to show you is a quick and easy way to get to the camera app here on the phone, and all you have to do for this is just double press on the power button. However, this is not enabled by default, so let me show you how to set this up. So you're going to pull down the shade here, go to the gear icon for the settings, then from there go to search, type in double, and you'll see right there double press power key. Now this is under the gesture settings, and there's a lot of good stuff here, which I'll be showing you in a little bit. But for now, we're going to go here to double press power key. So when you go there, you can see there's two options. By default, it's set to none, but the other option is launch camera. So now, with that enabled, it doesn't matter where we are throughout the operating system, just double press on the power button, and it'll pull up the camera app. You can even be in the app drawer and do the same thing, and it'll take you right over to the camera app. So that's really convenient. Now the next thing I want to do is show you how to take a screenshot with the Moto G Power 5G 2023. And I'm going to show you 3 different methods on how to do this. Now the first way to take a screenshot with the Moto G Power 5G 2023 is to simply hold the volume down and the power button for about a second. So just like that, I took the screenshot, then from there you can edit it or delete it, or it will automatically save to the device by default. The second way to take a screenshot is to use a feature called 3-finger screenshot. So basically take 3 fingers, place them on the display, and the screenshot will now be taken. So that's very easy as well. And then finally, for the third way to take a screenshot, go to your recent apps button, pick the app that you want to screenshot. It has to be one of the ones in your recent apps. So I'm going to screenshot this area of the settings, and then just tap on screenshot, and you'll take that screenshot. Now with the Moto G Power 5G 2023, we do have a battery icon in the upper right corner, and that does give us some indication on the amount of battery remaining here in the device. Now, if you would prefer to have a battery percentage in the upper right corner at all times, I can certainly see why, as that is very helpful. So let me show you how to enable that. So pull down the shade, go to the settings, go to search, type in percentage, and you'll see right there, battery percentage, go there, and then go here and enable that. And then now you'll see the battery percentage in the upper right corner so that you'll know exactly how much battery is left in the phone at all times. Now back in this battery settings area, there are several other things here that are very useful. So the first one is battery saver. So if you know that you have a long day ahead of you with no ability to recharge the phone, or if your phone is running low on battery and you also know that you can't recharge it anytime soon, then battery saver probably will really come in handy for you. So you can enable that, and then with battery saver on, it's going to cut out a lot of different background tasks. It's going to enable dark theme and essentially kind of use only the bare minimum functions of the phone. But in return for that, you're going to get prolonged battery life. Now you can pick a schedule for this as well. So if you find yourself using this on a consistent basis, you can do that here. You can also have it be based on percentage. So maybe once the phone reaches 20%, for example, or 10%, or 15%, you can have battery saver be enabled. So that's really awesome as well. And then also you can see here that once the phone reaches 90%, it will then disable battery saver. So overall, battery saver is a really helpful feature. Now going back here, there's a few other options as well. So there's optimized charging. So basically with optimized charging, it'll charge the phone more efficiently to keep your battery healthy. So just like with any smartphone, the battery here will degrade as time goes on, but based on the way that you actually charge the battery, you might be able to get the battery to last a bit longer and retain its full battery health for an extended period of time. So I definitely recommend enabling that. Now with the Moto G Power 5G 2023, we do have the traditional Android 3-button navigation enabled here by default. However, this device is also compatible with gesture-based navigation. Now if you've never used gesture navigation, I do recommend at least giving it a try. So let me show you how to enable that. So you're going to pull down the shade here, go to the settings, then from there, go to search, you're going to type in nav, and then you'll see right here system navigation, so go there, then go here, and then you can see here that 3-button navigation is currently enabled. So we're going to switch over to gesture navigation, so go there, And then now those 3 buttons turns into a single line. So you can swipe up to go home, swipe partially up to go to your recent apps, and then swipe from the side to go back. In addition to that, there's also some more settings. So go to this gear icon, and then you can adjust the sensitivity. And then also, if you don't even want the line, but you want the functionality of it to remain, you can get rid of that too. So that really makes a nice clean look here with the operating system. Now also in this gestures area of the settings, there's a lot of other good things here too that you will want to enable and at least try out. Now the first one is sidebar. So you can multitask by opening your favorite apps in free form or full screen windows. So I'm going to go there, I'm going to enable that. And then now you can see there's this little mini sidebar on the right side here. So from there, you can swipe over on that. And then there's a little tutorial here. But basically you have apps here that are already pre-populated, but you can also customize that if you want to. You can go to this button in the bottom right corner to view all of your apps. So that's really helpful. Definitely very quick, especially if you're switching from one app to another directly. And then also you can go down here to the settings to further customize what you want to show up there. You can also pick different tools and contacts as well. And then there's even more settings. You can even have the power key open the sidebar, so you can double tap on the power key and have that pop out. You can open notifications in freeform and vibration feedback. You can also choose how your apps will open. So you can have the apps open in freeform or have them open in full screen. So what they mean by having the app open in freeform is that when you go to the app, it'll basically be here in a pop-up window. And then you can use this above the entire operating system. You can also expand it if you want to. And you can tap on this minus button to fully shrink the app down and have it live here on the side. You can even move that around if you want to as well. So that's excellent for multitasking. Now also in this gestures area is one-handed mode. So we have a very large display here on the phone, and it's very difficult, if not impossible, to reach all portions of it with just one hand. And that's where one-handed mode comes in. Now, unfortunately, to use one-handed mode, you do have to enable gesture-based navigation. So I'm first going to do that. So we can actually access this from the same gestures menu. So we can go there, and I already showed you this, but you can enable gesture navigation. So we'll go back from there, then go to one-handed mode, enable that, and then we have several different options here. We have swipe down to pull screen into reach or swipe down to show notifications. So basically to pull screen into reach, we're going to swipe down, and just like that, it now pulls down the top portion of the screen so I can then access everything here. I can even pull down the notification shade right there as well. But if I want to instead, I can have it just show the notifications. So now when I do this, it'll pull down the notification shade. And then if I swipe down again, it'll pull down the shade even further. You can also enable the one-handed mode shortcut. So there's a little shortcut down here, and then you can just tap on that there, and it'll lower the whole screen for one-handed mode. But moving on here, there's many other things to show you. There's put display to sleep. So this is not enabled by default, but basically you can double tap to put the display to sleep when you're on the home screen or lock screen. So I'll double tap, and the screen is now off. There's also jump to lock screen, so that's also not enabled by default, but basically when the display is sleeping, you can double tap to jump to the lock screen. So we'll enable that. So I'll pick that option here, go to done, and then now double tapping on the display will pull up the lock screen. There's also swipe to split, so see apps in split screen by swiping back and forth. Now this is not enabled by default, I just enabled this, but basically what you can do then is go to an app of your choosing. So basically swipe from the side to the other side, pick the second app, and then now you'll have things be split here. So you have one app on the bottom and the other app up top. Then from there, if you want one of the apps to take over completely, just drag one way or the other. You can also do the same thing by going to your recent apps, holding down on the app logo, and then going to split top. And then you pick the second app from here. Then from there, there's also quick launch, so double tap on the back to trigger custom actions. So that's already enabled. I'm going to go to the settings here and see. So basically you can pick what you want this to do as a shortcut. So you can have it open any app of your choosing. You can have it go back to home. You can have it take a screenshot as well. So another way to do that, you can play pause music. So I'm going to have it open up an app, and then I'm going to pick that app. So I'm going to pick the camera, and then just double tap on the back of the phone, and it now pulls up the camera. So that's really cool. We also have quick capture, so twist your wrist twice quickly to open the camera. So we'll try that out. There we go, it pulls up the camera. We also have fast flashlight, so turn the flashlight on or off with 2 chopping motions. Let's try that. There we go, and I'll turn off the flashlight right now. There's also lift to unlock, so unlock your phone by lifting it and looking at the screen, pick up to silence, and then this one I want to show you, flip for DND. So if you have a call coming in and you want to put the phone on do not disturb, you can basically just put the phone face flat and then it'll put it in do not disturb mode. And then to get it out of that mode, you just pick it up and then now things are back to normal. And then I also want to show you some different display settings. So you're going to pull down the shade, go to the gear for the settings, then from there, go down to display right there. And then there's a lot of different options, but one of them here is dark theme. So dark theme could come in handy, especially later at night. You can also pick a schedule for that too. You can pick a custom time or have it turn on from sunset to sunrise. You can change the display size and text. So if you want bigger text, if you want bigger icons, you can bold text as well. So a lot of different customizations there too. There's also the ability to adjust the colors and saturation of the display. So if you want it warmer, you can do that, or cooler, you can adjust that there. Or if you want it to look natural, you can do that too. We also have attentive display. So it'll keep the display on while you're looking at the phone. So I'm going to set that up right now. And there we go, it's now set up. So now the screen won't turn off if it knows that I'm looking at the phone. And then finally, we have the 120 Hz display refresh rate. Now this might already be enabled by default for you, it might not. I believe auto is actually what's picked by default, so you can switch it over to manual 120 Hz if you always want that to be on. Now keep in mind, it is going to use up the battery a bit faster, but in exchange for that, you're always going to get those really nice, smooth refresh rates when going around the phone. So that really is a nice touch, and I think personally it's something that's very noticeable in a good way. Now if you really want to save some battery life, you can switch over to 60 Hz, but just know everything doesn't move as smoothly. So it's definitely not as good, but at least you have the option here to pick exactly how you want the refresh rate to work. But this concludes my video on tips, tricks, and hidden features for the Motorola Moto G Power 5G 2023. I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, definitely give it a thumbs up. But this is Kevin here, and I will see you in the next one. Take care and have a great rest of your day.